Hey girl, hey, come on in, come on in. Now listen, make sure you speak. Don't be rude. Drop it in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Say, hey, girl, hey, my name is Sonya Hawkins. I am a sales director out of Omaha, Nebraska, the number one Stacey James National area in the Ruby Seminar. I am so excited to be making this video for you tonight because you guys, one of the biggest questions I get on my team from my unit is asking about how to mail out products. So I'm going to tell you what I use. I'm going to tell you why I use the system I use. I'm even going to show you some of the materials that I use, some of the supplies that I use. And if I really get good, I'll drop some comments in the description with links to the different products that I love to use. So let's just start off by talking about just mailing in general. Now, let me say to you that there's so much conversation in the Mary Kay world about whether or not to use guest checkout, easy ship, all of that kind of stuff. So listen, I have been in Mary Kay a little over 15 years at this point. And I have always had a website ever since they had them, since I've been a consultant. I've always had ProPay ever since they had it, since I've been a consultant. And I will tell you excuse me, up here eating sunflower seeds. Now I got seeds all stuck in my teeth. Okay, let's get back. I digress. And so at one point in time, Mary Kay decided that it would be wise to offer guest checkout and easy ship, right? And so here's just a little bit of the background as to why that happened. What turned out to be was that so many people would go to the Mary Kay website, go to find a consultant because they didn't already have one. They would find a consultant. They would get ready to place an order, put things in their bag. And when they get all the way to the end, the website would say that they had to register in order for the products to get shipped to them. And at that point, so many of them abandoned their cart, did not make a purchase. That's what happened. And so Mary Kay did the research. They are able to track how many people abandoned their carts at that point. And they said there were millions of dollars lost because people did not want to register. Now, there's lots of different reasons why people would not want to register. And let's just be real. So many of them, I'm sure, at some point in time, have either personally come across or heard about the crazy Mary Kay lady that like texted them to death, called them to death, bugged them to death. I know that's not you and I, right? It was not you and I, because we would not do that. And we honor and we respect our customers. But it has happened in the past to some people. And so for that reason, I truly believe that there are just some people out there who don't want to be bothered. They don't want anyone calling them, offering them anything. They know what they want and they want to be able to get onto the website and order it without anyone contacting them. I get it. There are websites where I would prefer to do guest checkout rather than registering. And so you're seeing that more and more across just merchant websites in general for that reason, because they don't want to get all the emails and the text messages and all the stuff that comes with it. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that out there. So are there good and bad to that? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So the good side of that is simply that when you do have guest checkout set up, then guess what? An easy ship, then what happens is they can put their whole entire order in. Not only will they be paying for their order, but they also will pay for their own shipping, depending on what your settings say, because I believe it's like if it's over $50, you can set it up to where you will offer free shipping. So that part is completely up to you. But if you don't have that on your website, or they order under that $50 range, then they pay for their own shipping. So that doesn't come out of your money. I'm trying to think what else. And really, you get more customers. So again, in my 15 years, I will say I've gotten lots of orders through guest checkout, lots of orders through Easy Ship. It's so convenient for the company to be able to send it directly to the customers. So I absolutely love it. It's very helpful when I'm out of town and things like that. On the other hand, I am one who keeps a full stock of inventory, right? So if that's you, then sometimes you feel like, well, I would rather give them the products that are in my inventory. And I get it. That makes sense. It totally makes sense. So there are pros and cons. And then you have the people who are all about, well, what if people try to scam me and all that? I'm sure it happens. Again, in my 15 years, I've never had it happen to me. Yes, I get those same messages that other people get, that I will like you to be my consultant. That's usually a clue right there, the broken English. I need gifts for my daughter's wedding, all those types of things. And they've got new tricks. There are scams out there, but I have never personally had someone go to my website and place an order that was a scam. That's just my story. So that is one way that you can ship out Mary Kay products, is by using guest checkout, easy ship. On the other hand, if you do turn those things off, you do still have the ability to go in after someone has placed an order. You can set it up and choose either my inventory or customer delivery service and have the order shipped directly to them. If you are an active beauty consultant, you still have that option, even if you have turned off guest checkout and easy ship. Now, I said all that because I wanted to give you some background. So here's my experience. Here is my experience. I love, love, love being able to ship my own products to my customers, because I like to do the simple, small, personal touches. I like to put candy in the bag. I love to just do all the extras. I love to be able to, take Monica DeBoe's idea of the 50% special and offer them something else when I've seen their order, and be able to charge everything all at once. If you don't know what that is, maybe I'll do a whole nother video about that, or you can go look up Monica yourself, because she does a great job of explaining it herself. And I will tell you, it has really improved my sales. So I have used PayPal shipping. I have used Pirate Ship. I can't even remember what else. Those were probably the main two that I started off using. I've gone to the post office. I've done all those different things. And I've had other businesses as well, to the point where I was shipping off over 100+ packages every single month. So I've used lots of different methods. And here is what I have found. I have found personally that stamps.com has worked the best for me. There is a monthly fee to use it, but I do save money because it's a little cheaper than USPS. And on top of that, here is the number one difference that helped me. So let me explain the different types of things that you can use for shipping. With all the other companies that I ship with, PayPal and Pirate Ship and all those, you could send packages only. And what do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. When you use anything that has, you see that? That's the bubble. That is considered a package. I don't care what you put in there. I don't care if it's just a piece of paper. This is a package. And according to the Postal Service, the starting rate is $3.50 at the time of this recording. This is a package, okay? It's got bubble stuff. It's a package. On the other hand, this is a flat envelope that is meant for paper. Okay, so that's the difference. That's the difference. And this has a different starting rate than this. Okay, so let's be clear on that. And so for me, on PayPal and on Pirate Ship, they do not have an option for the flat envelopes. And that's what makes a difference for me to use stamps.com. Okay, so let me take you to the website and show you how to use stamps.com. I know this video is a little long, but I just needed to make sure I got all of those questions out of the way. All right, so here is the stamps.com website. All right, I've already logged in. I already have an account. I've had one for a couple of years now. And so here under mail, I'm going to use shipping labels. This one here, 8.5 by 11, which is the size of a regular normal sheet of paper. Just any old regular size sheet of paper, okay? You do not have to have special equipment for this. I promise you. If you have paper, you have printer, you have tape and envelopes, you are good to go. But I will show you if you're ready to invest in materials to make this simpler, to make this easier, to make it more professional, I'll show you how you can do that too. So these are the shipping labels that you want to use. You have the opportunity to be able to put in where you want it to show, like what shipped from address that it comes from each and every single time. And then you can type in here where it's going to ship to. And the really cool thing that I love about this is it is going to let you know if the address is incorrect. Okay, so I always like to specialize and personalize and customize my mail. So and Betty lives at, this is not the real address, but this is a real address. I'm going to show you what happens. So I know for a fact that I did this zip code wrong. So when I push the tab or the enter button, it auto corrected it for me. I love that. Now, if on the other hand, I messed up, let's say I put an extra 5 in there. Now, when I hit enter, boom, you get this yellow flag. It's not going to let you send this off because it knows that the address is wrong. This address does not exist. So this is very, very, very helpful to me, so that I know before I spend money, before I spend time, before I send this off and they're waiting days and weeks and never receive it, before it gets returned back to me, I know before I ever even get to that point if something is wrong. So let me go back and correct this address. And so this is what I love about it. And so then here's how it's going to print. It's going to print 2 of these at a time. Let me finish though. It's automatically going to give me tracking. Okay. So I'm going to choose United States Postal Service, USPS, as my carrier. There are other carriers there, but I'm going to choose USPS. Okay. What service am I going to use? So again, there is a difference. If I'm going to mail a lookbook, if I'm going to take a lookbook, and yes, you can mail a lookbook all by itself and, you know, put a sticker on this part and send it out just like this. You can do that. But for an example, I can take the lookbook and I can put it in the flat envelope, okay? And I can mail it like this. And because I do that, I'm going to say that I'm using a large envelope and it's flat. And so the only thing that I need to do is determine the weight. And I've done this enough with enough products that I can generally guess, but it would be good when you're first starting to get, you know, a scale that you can order on Amazon. So I can tell you right now that with just this book in here, it's really going to be about 2 ounces. That is it. And then it's going to tell me the price. Boom, $1.59, which is why you should absolutely do PCP because listen, you're getting a great deal. By the time you order your own samples, mail out your own books, do your own labels, all that, you're paying way more. PCP is worth it. There's my plug. Okay, so there you go. Flat envelope. On the other hand, if I'm going to send a lookbook and some product, now I've got to use a padded envelope. And again, I told you the starting price with a padding envelope, no matter how big or small, is going to be $3.50. And then it goes up by weight. But I can stick this in there. I can stick this in there. I can stick my sunflower seed. Okay, I probably would not do that. But you get the idea, right? So whether I'm using this padded envelope or whether I'm using a box, maybe I'm going to send a box. I love these boxes. I get them on Amazon in different sizes. There we go. Maybe I put a couple of things in here in a box. So maybe it's a replenishing serum C and E, whatever. Couple different little smaller items, put it in the box. Either way it goes, these are both going to start at $3.50 and the price will go up based on weight. But you still need to be smart about it. So let me show you how this works. Instead of a large flat envelope, now I'm going to go to package, flat, or thick envelope, okay? Now, when I do that, anything from 0 to 4 ounces is going to be the exact same price, okay? So anything up to 4 ounces is going to be one set price. Anything from 4.1 all the way up to 8 ounces is going to be another set price. Anything from 8.1 up to 12 is going to be the same set price. I say that to you to say, if you have something that's only 2 ounces, then you might as well round it up to 4. It's the same price, and you're covering yourself in case it gets to the post office and they decide it weighs a little more, which happens. If you have something that is, I don't know, 9 ounces, you might as well round it up to 12 because it's the same price, and you've covered yourself just in case the post office says it's a little more. Okay? Now that's about the highest you can go in ounces. After that, then the prices are going to start going up significantly. It's going to change what you do. But here's another thing that I love about stamps.com. If I put in that it's 12 ounces and I go ahead and mail it off, if the post office gets it and they determine that it's actually larger than that, they're just simply going to automatically charge my stamps.com account. The customer is not going to get charged, which happened a lot during the pandemic. Mail got sent back to a lot of people because there was not enough postage or whatever the case may be. And so with stamps.com, that is not going to happen. They're just going to go back and charge your account if you did not pay enough because you didn't weigh it correctly. This is super easy to do. This worked out so well for me for many years when I had daycare, for instance, and I did not have the ability to go to the post office during normal business hours because I was watching children, right? So when I do this, here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. And again, you automatically get tracking on these packages. You do not get tracking when you're doing a flat rate, by the way. I think I might have said that wrong. But you do not get tracking when you're doing a flat envelope, but you do get tracking whenever you're doing a package. Hopefully all of this made sense to you. If it did not, let me know. Ask questions. I try to explain it as best as I can. But that's the basics of using stamps.com. When you first start, there are some deals. You can always look online, see if there's any special deals. You can print stamps off of here as well. I don't really use a lot of stamps myself anymore these days. I do most things digitally, so I don't really use that feature. But the main reason, again, that I choose stamps.com over the other programs is simply because I can mail packages just like I can on the other programs, but I cannot do flat envelopes on any of the other programs outside of stamps.com. Pirate Ship nor PayPal does flat envelopes. Now, maybe they do it now. I haven't checked in the past year or so, but when I was using those services before, they didn't do those. So now let me stop my screen and show you what happens when these print. So it is going to print one label at a time on, and again, you can just use a regular sheet of paper. It's not that big of a deal. Here's what it's going to look like, okay? Here's what it's going to look like, just like this. Now, if this were just a regular sheet of paper, this would be one side. And then you know what I do? I take it out of the printer, I stick the other side in there, and I print another one, and it prints on the other side. So now I've got 2 different labels on each piece of paper. And before I got special paper like this, the sticker paper, I would just simply take my scissors and I would cut out cut out this square and tape it onto my envelope. Bam, ready to go. Or I'd cut it out and I'd tape it onto my box. Now, if the box is too small, then I always made sure that this part that they scan is all on one side so that they can scan it and there's no problem when they're tracking it. But there you go. There you go. I would just cut and tape. Cut the other side out, tape it to another piece. Now I have special paper because, again, I've been doing this for quite a while. And so this paper has 2 labels on it, one on each side. So, again, I can print on each side. And then it already has the sticky stuff on it. So I can peel this off and just stick it right onto my package. And I will put The links to those, you can get them from Amazon. I'm sure there's a lot of places you can get them from, but most people have an Amazon account. Most people are familiar with Amazon. And so I'll just put some of my Amazon links. And if you have better links to the same products, maybe you found a better price, please let me know. Please let me know. Sharing is caring. Okay. So that was a whole lot. That was a whole lot. But there you go. There you go in a nutshell. So I use stamps.com. I told you why I prefer stamps.com over some of the others. And again, there may be way more out there. I've been doing mail from home for many, many years. The thing I love about this also, I forgot to mention, is that once I label it, I can literally just go stick it outside in my mailbox and put the flag up. So when they come to deliver mail to me, my flag is up, and so they know to look in my mailbox, take out the mail that's in there, and they scan it right then and it gets mailed. So I never have to leave the house just for this process to work. And so again, when I had daycare and I couldn't leave the house, this worked great for me. Now I have more flexibility because I'm just doing Mary Kay full time, so it's a whole different ball game. But still, I know when the mailman is coming, and so I try to get my packages ready first thing in the morning, and I stick them right there on the corner so he can grab them. So that's why I use stamps.com. These are some of the things that I use. Again, just make sure you know the difference between the flat envelopes and anything with padding on it is considered a package. So I think that's it. I think I covered everything. If I missed anything at all, let me know. If you want a link to anything that I didn't put in the description, let me know. I am happy to share. And of course, my contact information is out there. Feel free to send me an email. Follow me on social media. I'm mostly just on Facebook, if I'm going to be honest. Send me a message. Let me know if you have any questions. I am here to help because listen, if you have a good idea and I have a good idea and we share them, now we each have two good ideas. And again, sharing is caring. Oh my goodness. So hey girl, hey, I hope this helped you out. I hope this saves you some money because listen, it is cheaper on many occasions to mail products yourself from your own home than it is to use customer delivery service, which is going to be $5.95 per package. I don't care if you send in one little video eyeshadow. I am not paying $5.95. I'm going to use my stamps.com account and I'm going to pay way less than $4 to send that one little eyeshadow. On the other hand, if I'm sending a whole repair package or I'm sending a family gift, repair, and they have a miracle set and somebody in the house is using clear proof, well, guess what? That's going to be a whole lot in shipping. So yes, that's something that I would customer delivery service and just pay the $5.95 for. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So there you go. Again, share your ideas with me and I'll see you guys next time right here. Your favorite MK girl.